The Order, Silent Brotherhood. The Order, also known as the Silent Brotherhood, was a neo-Nazi terrorist group active in the U.S. in the early 1980s. Inspired by the novel The Turner Diaries, they aimed to overthrow the government and carry out a white supremacist revolution by eliminating non-whites. The group funded itself through armed robberies, counterfeiting, and other illegal activities. They were responsible for the 1984 murder of radio host Alan Berg, a prominent critic of white supremacists. In December 1984, leader Robert J. Matthews was tracked to a house on Whidbey Island, where he died in a fire after a shootout with the FBI. Many members were later convicted for racketeering, demonstrating how the U.S. law enforcement eventually dismantled their operations. The Order became a blueprint for later violent extremist groups in the U.S. National Socialist Underground, Germany. The National Socialist Underground, NSU, was a German neo-Nazi terror cell active from 2001 to 2010, led by Uwe Mundlos, Uwe Bernhardt, and Beate Schäpe. The group operated in hiding with over 100 supporters, providing weapons, safe houses, and financial support. They were responsible for several racially motivated murders, targeting immigrants, the killing of a policewoman, multiple bombings, and 14 bank robberies. In 2011, after a failed robbery, Mundlos and Bernhardt were found dead in a burned-out motorhome, allegedly a murder-suicide. The same day, their hideout exploded, with Schäpe suspected of setting the fire before later surrendering. The NSU's attacks were the deadliest far-right crimes in Germany since the Red Army faction era, exposing gaps in German intelligence and prompting widespread public outrage. Aryan Brotherhood. The Aryan Brotherhood is a neo-Nazi prison gang, an organized crime syndicate in the U.S., with an estimated 20,000 members across various splinter groups like the Aryan Circle. Founded in 1964 at San Quentin State Prison, it was formed by white inmates seeking protection against rival gangs. The Brotherhood enforces a strict blood-in, blood-out rule, meaning initiation often involves murder, and leaving the gang is nearly impossible without lethal consequences. They control prison violence, drug trafficking, extortion, prostitution, and murder for hire. The gang is organized hierarchically, led by a 12-man council and a 3-man commission. Members identify with symbols like shamrocks, swastikas, and SS signs, and new recruits are often expected to commit murder to prove loyalty, making it one of the most notorious and dangerous racist prison gangs in the U.S. Atomwaffen Division. The Atomwaffen Division, or National Socialist Resistance Front, is a neo-Nazi terrorist network founded in 2013 by Brandon Russell in the U.S. It quickly expanded internationally to the UK, Canada, Germany, Brazil, and Argentina, forming offshoots like the Feuerkrieg and Sonnenkrieg divisions. Known for extreme violence, the group advocates guerrilla warfare to overthrow governments and create a white ethno-state. Its ideology combines neo-Nazism, esotericism, and accelerationism, using terrorism to destabilize societies and ignite revolution. Members idolize figures like Adolf Hitler and Osama bin Laden, committing murders, assaults, bomb plots, kidnappings, and torture. Atomwaffen offshoots, such as the Sonnenkrieg division in the UK, plan mass murders and assassination attempts, including targeting Prince Harry. Despite claiming to disband in 2020, the group rebranded under names like the National Socialist Order and continues to recruit globally, allied with groups such as the Satanic Order of Nine Angles. Aryan Nations. Aryan Nations was a central force in U.S. neo-Nazism from the 1970s into the 1990s. Founded by Richard G. Butler in Idaho, the group merged Nazi ideology with Christian identity beliefs, portraying white Aryans as God's chosen people, Jews as the offspring of the devil, and non-whites as subhuman. The Hayden Lake compound became a hub for neo-Nazis, KKK members, and skinheads. Aryan Nations promoted domestic terrorism, race war rhetoric, and connections with violent extremists. In 1998, guards mistook a Native American family's car backfire for gunfire, shot at the vehicle, and brutally beat the victims, resulting in a $6 million settlement lawsuit that bankrupted the group. The organization also had ties to the 1999 Buford Furrow shooting at a Jewish community center and a 2004 Molotov cocktail attack on a synagogue. After Butler's death in 2004, Aryan Nations splintered into factions, with groups like Sadistic Souls being among the last remnants. Combat 18. Combat 18 is a neo-Nazi terrorist organization founded in 1992 in the UK, later expanding to Canada, France, the US, and Germany. Originally created to protect British National Party events, it rejected electoral politics and focused entirely on violence. The 18 in its name stands for Adolf Hitler's initials. Combat 18 has been linked to murders of immigrants, minorities, dissidents, and rivals within the far-right movement. Its members were suspected in the assassination of German politician Walter Lübcke. Affiliated with Blood and Honor, the group is banned in Germany and listed as a terrorist organization in Canada. Combat 18 has inspired far-right militants across Europe. Wotanjugend. The Wotanjugend is a militant neo-Nazi network, primarily online, spreading propaganda with Nazi symbols like Wotan runes and the Black Sun. Founded in Russia in 2008 by members of a neo-Nazi band, it later moved to Ukraine and became linked to the Azov movement. Its ideology blends white supremacism and esoteric Nazism, including the deification of Adolf Hitler. Wotanjugend combines Wotan, the Germanic god, with Jugend, referencing the Hitler Youth. Members opposed Putin and supported Ukraine's 2014 protests, with some joining the Azov Battalion. The group operates internationally with cells in Prague and has praised far-right terrorists, including Anders Breivik, Timothy McVeigh, and the Christchurch shooter. Activities include racial theory lectures, firearms training, and knife-fighting tournaments. Blood and Honor. Blood and Honor is a neo-Nazi music promotion network and extremist political group founded in 1987 in the UK by Ian Stewart Donaldson, with divisions in the US and Australia. It became notorious for organizing white power music events that often ended in violent clashes. In 1992, the Battle of Waterloo in London saw Blood and Honor members fight anti-fascist protesters for 2 hours, resulting in multiple stabbings. The group has been banned in Germany, Spain, and Russia, and is classified as a terrorist organization in Canada. Blood and Honor helped spread neo-Nazi ideology globally through music and youth networks. Hammerskins. The Hammerskins, founded in Dallas, Texas in 1988, are one of the oldest and most violent neo-Nazi skinhead groups in the U.S. Connected to the white power music scene, they promote anti-Asian and anti-Muslim rhetoric and recruit internationally, including Canada, Germany, Austria, and Australia. Despite claiming to be leaderless, the group encourages members to join the military to gain combat experience for a race war. Hammerskins host events like Hammerfest, but are notorious for assaults, harassment, and mass shootings, including the 2012 Sikh temple attack in Wisconsin, where member Wade Michael Page killed 7 people. White Aryan Resistance, WAR. White Aryan Resistance, or WAR, was a white supremacist and neo-Nazi organization in the U.S., founded by former Ku Klux Klan Grand Dragon Tom Metzger in Indiana. Operating in the 1980s and 1990s, the group openly embraced racism and violence, using the slogan, "Let them hate as long as they fear." WR recruited young skinheads and militant extremists, portraying the U.S. government as the primary enemy of the white race. In 1988, 3 members of WAR murdered an Ethiopian student, an act that led to a civil lawsuit holding Metzger and the organization responsible, effectively dismantling much of the group's formal structure. Despite this, WAR's ideology continued to influence other white supremacist prison gangs and extremist networks across the western United States.